Happy Thursday afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is having an awesome day. Today's been pretty good so far, I think. I don't know. Who knows anymore? You never know what you're going to get. Today is the last day of school for mini me, the 9-year old. Um, Most of you know that Mini Me, the 18-year-old, she graduated on Tuesday and it was amazing. It was a bittersweet day. You wait their entire lives to get to this point, and then when they do, you just want to turn back time so they're little again. And her graduation was, I don't know, I ugly cried a couple of times. I'm going to say hello to everyone, and then I will tell you guys all about her graduation. Hello, May, my green fuzzy butt. Erica, Daisy Joe, Little Bird. I saw Beth in here. I know Dodie. Hello, Flossie. I know Mamita is in the background doing her thing. She's doing some certifications. So you all wish her well. Enough is enough. Constant Sue. Beth. Hello, everyone. I don't know what kind of crowd we're going to get. This is something completely new to me. But before we get into that, my daughter's graduation, you guys. Oh my goodness. The, the way the principal explained it is for the past 4 years, each graduating class had something that caused their class to stand out from all the rest. When my daughter was a freshman, my son was a senior. He graduated. And that year, COVID hit. So we didn't have a graduation ceremony like at the time you normally do. Hello, Linda Fontaine.com, Night Stalker, everyone else joining. Um, so we didn't even have his graduation ceremony until I want to say the end of July, beginning of August. Like they went back after winter break. They went to school for a few weeks, and then by February, my dog's drinking water. Can you hear him? Um, they were sent home for the rest of the year. Hey, Dutchie. So it was just weird that year. The next year, they went on a hybrid year. So some people did virtual, some people went to school. Then this year, they started a 4-day block week, which means they had Mondays off, and then on Tuesday through Friday they didn't get out of school until 4:23 p.m. That's crazy. That's a long day for these kids. And then they had sports and everything on top of that. Well, at her ceremony, there was um there was a girl who wanted to have her senior pictures taken. She has a horse, and she wanted to have her senior pictures taken in the little town where their school is. She wanted to be riding her horse around the school, and that was going to be her senior pictures. Well, in that little town where the school is, some guy in a parking lot nearby passed out in his car, and when he did, his head landed on the horn, and so the horn was just constantly going off until help got there to make sure he was okay. And when that happened, the horse got spooked and bucked her off, and then I don't know if the horse fell on her or if it just stepped on her, but it injured her, her abdominal area and her pelvis. So she will be in a wheelchair for the rest of her life. But when she was called up to get her diploma, she was able to stand up for a few seconds long enough to receive her diploma. And in that moment, I just felt like my heart just sank, because I just knew that that was like she had put a lot of work into just being able to stand up for just that short amount of time. So it just kind of hit me in my mommy heart, and it was, I could just imagine the determination and, the strength that she had to work really hard to just be able to do that. And then there was another friend of my daughter's, like a classmate, and it was one of her good friend's boyfriend that was shot and killed over a basketball game in January. I think it was like January 2nd he was shot, and he didn't make it. So his father was able to come and receive his diploma on his behalf. And so it was just a very, very emotional night. But if y'all are in the infamous Discord, you know that I shared pictures of my little angel girl. That's what I call her. Hey, Donna, hope you're feeling okay today. Everyone, please say some prayers for Donna. She could use them. And then, of course, you know, whether you like him or not, say some prayers for Jimbo, because he has some medical stuff that is very legit going on. I know everyone says it's fake and it's not real. It is legit, and he could use some prayers. Actually, just pray for everyone. Pray for the people you don't like. Just, it doesn't hurt. You take a few seconds out of your day and do something kind. But, gosh, what do we have planned today? So, I had forgotten all about this woman. Oh, let's go over the rules really fast. The rules are simple. Just don't be an asshole. Okay? You don't have to like everybody here. You don't have to agree with everything I'm saying. You don't have to like me. No skin off my back. Just be nice. Like, don't cause an uproar in my chat. We haven't had any up to this point, so today's not going to be the day where that starts. You're not going to get a warning. Mods, if you see a comment that's just completely out of line, just quietly remove it. Give him a couple of chances. Then we're all adult enough to know when we're not acting right. So if you get timed out, think about the last few comments you made, and that'll give you the answer as to why. If someone accidentally gets timed out, then we'll take care of that and let you know that it was an accident. I don't anticipate too many problems. Like I said, everyone's really great in my chat. I try to leave all that other bullshit outside of my channel. But we're going to be talking about WCIA Newsroom. I think she's WCIA Network now. I had forgotten all about her. And a couple of days ago, when her videos popped up in my feed, and it was something about Benny sitting in a fake car. Let's go ahead and nip this in the bud, too. I'm very aware of what Benny has said about me. I'm very aware that he shared something from my personal life that I shared with him, and that's okay. A lot of people, ever since I became a mod for him, have been wanting a Benny chasing battle. I'm not going to react that way. I'm just not. Am I disappointed? Yes, because I was told, I'll never turn on you and blah, 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 blah. And I trusted that, I got burned. For whatever reason, he got pissed off at me. He said what he said. That's okay. We're moving on. If he knows my number, I know his. If we need to talk about it, we'll talk about it between me and him. So sorry to disappoint. There is not going to be a Benny and Chasing Justice war. Like, I'm past that. Let's see who's just coming in. Hey, Lips. Hey, Behind Green Eyes. I know some other people came in. Sorry if I missed you. I'm so happy to have you all here, and I appreciate it greatly. Yes, WCIA is witchcraft in action. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I've had experiences with the afterlife. Um, but as far as like the spirits are telling me and all that, no. And I'm not saying that there aren't people out there that have those abilities. There absolutely are. But this woman, like, I have literally given myself migraines trying to strain and see what um she's seeing, because she just puts up a lot of like blown up, distorted, crazy clips and pictures, and she's like, you see the eyeballs here, and that's the skull, and there it's a sacrifice, and they're doing this and they're doing that. And not once have I ever been able to look at that and be like, huh, yeah, I get it. Lip says she posted pics off my Facebook of my Jeep alleging I was being lowered by a helicopter to a deep ravine hiding summer wells. Yes, and I've noticed that with this woman. I know my Wi-Fi is crazy, so we've had a lot of bad storms here the last few days. I'm as close to my router as I can get. If I get any closer, I'll be sitting on top of it, and that would be uncomfortable. Um, so it does show me on my screen when my signal is low, so I'll try to pay attention to that. No, Dodie, I do keep cutting out. Hang on, let me try to get better. Is this better? I'll try to keep an eye on my signal, and if it goes low, I'll quit talking for a second. I haven't said anything super important yet, so is it still cutting out? Oh, that's better. Okay. Stay over there, Judah. My pit is sitting here giving me sad puppy eyes. Well, wouldn't it be freaky if like my sound and stuff got all crazy because the underground people that WCIA sees in her pictures? Oh, Beth, you've never heard of her? Well, you are in for a real treat today. I just thought it would be a good break from all the other bullshit to like take a little stroll around a different YouTube street and see what other kind of crazy is out there. Because this woman's nuts. Don't tell anybody I told you, but she is certifiably crazy. And the crazy thing is she turns all of this stuff in to law enforcement and then wonders why the authorities haven't gone to question anybody. Like the video we're going to go over today, and she's going live again at 2 o'clock, I think it said. She's going live again today, so maybe we will take a peek at her live she's doing today. Hey, Grubby Goat. Um, but she did a little, like a 15-minute video the other day, and it was about Benny and his fake car. Now, she has really given Benny a hard time. Like, she is absolutely convinced that he is part of some crazy, literal underground trafficking situation where he is responsible for all these missing children. She thinks that YouTube creators like Benny, Molly Golightly, all of these people that she doesn't like, she thinks that it's not really them, that they're people behind masks, and the big not really him. It's just weird. It's cutting out again. Oh, you know what? It could be because I'm like stuffing my face and wiping my nose and wiping my mouth. My nose is runny. It's still, I live in the deep south, you guys. It's like pollen all day, every day. Yes, she does think that BK is Brian Koberger. Grubby, go. It's fine. I am one of those people that as long as you're respectful when you're in here and you're like not rude to the people in my chat and not rude to me, then we're good. We don't have a problem. AV, we're talking about WCIA lady, that nutbag. She is a rare specimen. So let me get over to her really quick. All right, I'm going to mute out and get over to her.
Doesn't fight back. Um, saying, just what's his name? I never watched him. White Boy Radio.
Okay, hang on, guys. I don't know what's going on here.
Videos in the past. A White Boy Lockdown. Yes, very funny. These two are very crazy. But their information really to be showing you that comes from either his lockdown channel or Benny Keys. I don't even know why he has it. It's because the videos on that channel have quite different information than it's as if his videos on the White Boy Ben one kind of go hand in hand and they give information that I was able to match up really perfectly. This photo here is just such a funny photo because he's in a face
This is the funny part because she starts talking about how this is a fake car.
A car. And for anyone following me to understand and look at this fake car. This is the car that had the sticker in the back, um, findingsummerwells.com.
Now, keep in mind, this is the same car that we see him riding around in all the time. Like, we actually see him go places, but it's a fake car.
And this is the first time that I said, oh, wow, this is a fake shit ass car. So all my photos today in this fake car, this car doesn't even have a.
No top to it, but we're literally sitting there looking at the top. I believe it has a sunroof. So maybe she's not aware of what a sunroof is.
Information in this car is I'm going to show you matches Molly Golightly, um, Don Wells. It's it's almost a joke. It's almost a joke that is so not a sunroof. It's a fake car. Um, for some reason, no one has really paid attention.
We're paying attention, and that's absolutely a real car. There's not enough LSD in the world to make me see some of the things she sees. And this is mild compared to what we're about to look at.
Right? Well, at her swing with that seven, I think it's either.
So, from what I gather right now, she's basically saying that this little thingy right here is summer. And somewhere she's seeing sevens or L's or something. And so I guess that's where this comes into play.
A seven or an L. I think it's a seven. Um, by her swing. Now, you guys, this is actually super, super important to the case because
It's super, super ridiculous and has nothing to do with the case.
now that seven matches up with this white boy lockdown's necklace that he has hanging on his neck. And you guys could go get that photo yourselves. It's hanging on his neck in his profile photo. Hi, Muffin Top, Sassafras.
Hi, Muffin Top. Okay, let's go find another video because I just wanted to give you an introduction. We have to move into this woman slowly. Proceed with caution, or you might go a little nuts. Okay, this is the one she did last night. Probably gonna buffer forever.
Who invented car 100.
Hey, you guys. Let me turn this up.
And watch
Waiting
her
for Lori. Hi,
chat too. 'Cause
Mary.
these people are
Let me
just
give
as
it a
nuts.
I went on a few minutes early. Hi, you guys. Um, Welcome in. Oh, there goes the dog. Hi, Cami, Mary, Adrian, Brenda, Muffin Top. Hi, you guys. Welcome in. Sorry I had to change. Did I change the time? Yeah, I did. I changed it a little bit. Welcome to WCIA Network. Everything doing 66. Um, I hope you
Oh yeah, copyright. So fair use. I'm using this under fair use so we can talk about her and critique.
enjoyed my first video today. I had to get it out there. I really needed to get it out there because it was just sitting on me heavily. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Sassafras. Um, Today, I've got a presentation that, as you see, the photo that you see here, I have a presentation that's going to kind of continue what I left off on Saturday night. I left abruptly because
So does anyone here want to take a guess at what we're looking at? What do you guys think this is? To me, it just looks like a typical bonfire. I have bonfires all the time. In the fall, in my backyard, we have a fire pit. It's great. Because she's going to tell you that this is a whole lot more than what it really is.
I was just overloaded and my concentration just stopped. It went right so deep into this photo that I couldn't go any further, and that's what happens. I mean, that's what happens when you work with spirit. You really don't know, and it was so intense that it just couldn't any longer. And you're going to see why in a minute when I show you these videos. That's and information that his videos just continuously.
So, according to her, all of his videos give her all of this information that will solve Summer's case if she could just get the authorities to pay attention. If she could just get authorities to go interview people and talk to him and go dig around underground a little, then we would find all the missing children, according to this nutbag.
We don't hear from him, nor will we. And um, it's sometimes it's like it's obvious. Like some people just don't understand the thought process of spirit, which is okay. Um, but for those that watched the video this morning,
We're going to speed her up a little more.
and sometimes and that come forth after a video like that, it's actually to me that happens. They're saying, well, you all leave comment email that has, and of course, you think it has something to do with it, and that's why I find it silly. And I see so pure.
She doesn't allow any negative comments or any comments that question anything she said. I have commented on several of her things and just asked her to clarify or point me in the right direction so that I can see what she sees, and they get deleted immediately. She has been known to get a little feisty with people in her chat. So as long as you don't go in and question anything about anything she says or does, then you'll be good. You just have to kind of go along with it. And in some of her chats, you'll notice there's people that are like, "What? I don't see it. I don't see it." And then after about the fifth time of her trying to explain what we're supposed to see, they give up and then they're like, oh, yeah, I see it. No one, not a damn one of those people see kids' legs growing out of the ground.
And you think your intentions aren't going to be seen, you're on the wrong channel, because I see right through it. And many a times I find it very funny because it's like, if you're a grown adult and you're acting like this in your world, I can't imagine how you speak to people that are younger than you. They must think you're really just immature or just like something's correct. So, anyways, hi, writing solo. I'm going to start out by showing you this video, rump along here, because this is going to get me into exactly where I stopped last time. And I know it's powerful enough to start this live.
So powerful. I think that she even mentions Tina Simmerly in this video. I kind of half-ass watched this morning, but I think this is a video she got from Predator Hunter Nation or something when they did a bonfire.
Off because it was powerful enough to show. I believe, again, this is all for entertainment purposes and for educational. Nothing's been proven yet right. Nothing's been proven wrong. These are theories that it comes through channeling here on WCIA Network. That's how we do it here. Everyone has their own way of doing things in order to, hopefully they're doing, and to have them recognized so they get their story told, right?
And this is a good time for me to interject that I don't think that anything this woman is doing will bring any justice for these children. If anything, I think it's very disrespectful. The level and the lengths that she goes to describing what she thinks she sees in these videos, it's kind of gross, it's kind of disgusting. And I think that these are children that she's talking about. And that's actually what she calls it. She calls it the Summer Wells missing children.
Get their story told. That's why I'm here. So I'm showing you this video. I believe it is a sacrifice. I believe that this is a real video that shows what goes on during the fire and the flame, and that this is real.
So she's saying that people are so bold and brazen that they are videoing children being sacrificed. And if it hits people differently, so, just be prepared, because some of the stuff she describes is just, it's fucking nuts. And she's going to end up with a 5150 if she keeps running to law enforcement with this shit.
This video is no longer on this person's channel, but I video recorded it. And I believe that this came from Tina's channel. I'm almost positive this was from Tina's Simile's channel. It doesn't matter, but it's where I got it. So I'm going to play this while I talk over it, because I believe I took the sound out. So this is what they're at a fire, and they show a close-up of the fire, but I want you to watch the movements within the fire and imagine see.
So if anyone remembers this video from Tina's channel, it was literally just a bonfire. I don't even think they were like roasting marshmallows or anything. They were just hanging out around a bonfire. It happens all the time. But you're going to hear her talk about elements. She uses that word a lot, and she's probably is not, I don't know, she might be a little better at me when it comes to like sharing stuff and pointing stuff out, but you have to just kind of follow along with her.
To me, I know what I see, but I'm showing this to you so you see what you believe you see before I tell you. I've already told you I believe this. and they're connected by the machinery, the tubing, thing that goes over the mouth.
Do you guys see any machinery or tubing anywhere? Because I don't see it. I haven't been able to find it, not one single time.
Um, this is underground within the there things. It has
It's a
some.
tunnel underground. It has to be a pretty big tunnel because keep in mind, fires need oxygen to burn. I don't know where this tunnel is located. I'm assuming this chick doesn't know where it's located, but she knows it's a tunnel and it's a fire underground and they're doing sacrifices. And she wonders why Ellie won't go interview anybody.
They're putting things in there. It's very much a close-up of whatever they're doing. And I call this the boob. I don't know if it's a real boob. I don't know what it is. I think it's a person's head. We don't know, but
It could be a boob, it could be a head. We don't know.
all of this information is it's really being exchanged, and this is something that they're creating.
I don't see anything that resembles bodily fluids being exchanged. What does that even mean?
And it's sacred. This isn't something that they want other people to be looking at right now because it was there.
Okay, so the tunnel she's speaking of is allegedly at the back door of the Wells property. And this video is Tina Simmerly's. So I'm guessing that somewhere along the line, she made the connection that Tina and her gang of cuckoos hang out at the Wells or wherever this tunnel is. But if you were able to see the bonfire video back when Tina had it on their original channel, they were in a tunnel. They were like out in the open. You could see very clearly what was going on.
Watch. This is happening underneath a fire. There's like a fire on the top, I believe, and I think that this is happening under it, like under like some ground surface. Now, if I were to stop it and show you the different shapes, you're going to see that these shapes and so forth are shapes that I've been showing you throughout Summer Moon Wells Missing Children. Yes, I believe that these are skeletons. Yes, I believe these are humans. And yes,
I don't see anything that looks like a human. I don't see any bodily fluids being exchanged. And we're not even to the fun part yet.
I believe it's a heart. I think that these are like, as you keep going, this is a sacrifice. This is taken from I put this up on my channel, and it's the name of that's up down there. You'll see it soon. Yes, it's sucking something out of someone's head. See,
Okay. So far in the first 10 minutes, we've talked about tubes connecting people to machinery, stuff being sucked out of the head, bodily fluids being exchanged, and sacrifices going on.
Stop it. Watch. See, when you stop it, you could almost, it's a human head. All we got to do is ask Tina. This is Tina's video.
Yes, let's ask
This is Tina's.
Tina.
I have a lot of different clips.
I don't see anything in there that looks like an eyeball. It could be ET.
Looks like I just think forth and stop it. You see, these are people. See, this is the sacrifice, and this is a real video. This isn't.
This woman is a freak show. What she does is she takes these clips and photos and she like zooms in so far that you can't really see what it is, but she's going to tell you what it is. She's wrong, but she's going to tell you anyway.
These aren't stills, but now you understand. This is going to be in my presentation why I stopped Saturday night, because I already went through an hour or so presentation, and all of a sudden I got to these photos. I'm like, I can't do it, because when I'm too deep within meditation and I'm channeling, sometimes see the eyeball there, right here.
So right here, she's saying there's an
eyeball.
Now, there's good news because she is making a documentary. And I found that out from listening to her and reading her transcripts this morning. She's batshit crazy. She is going to make a documentary about all these things that she sees.
See, that's a mouse. I won't. Snowball.
Before I had my procedure done, I basically was on like a soft.
She puts tons of ads in.
And you see all the different elements that I've been showing you are here. See, that's a person. The head gets taken off. This is the whole entire thing. So you bits and pieces that I show here, happening it. Just the line down the head, those thin little string that go through, and then here's fire shape of V. It's very, very much here, everything that I've been showing you. And then there's always a little snowball.
I don't know about any of you, but I have never, not one time, ever been able to make a snowball out of a sacrificial fire pit. Not one time.
But this is the summer moon while I was missing, and this massive part of my documentary. And because from how I see it, this is my truth. That's from my sits from over here. This is the truth from where I see it. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is the true story, not until it's been proven so. But if you look at this,
Kimberly F. The reason she does this is because she legit thinks that she is solving these crimes. And she kind of meshes all the like well-known cases that everyone talks about on YouTube. She kind of meshes all of those together. And if she doesn't honestly believe this shit in her mind, she does a very good job of trying to convince people that she does. So she does turn this stuff over to law enforcement. And yeah, she could think that we're all chipped. She's trying to solve the cases, and in her mind, she has created this whole summer moon Utah Wells missing children thing, and she's relentless, and she does this day in, day out.
This is what I see to be true. Now I'm going to stop it a little so you could see what's in between. Notice, wait. I always tell you that this is what's connected to the face. It's like a cone thing, right? This is the head. This is connected to the face. This is the heart. And these pieces, I show these pretty much all the time.
I'm guessing that what we're looking at is this is the bonfire, and this is someone's elbow, and they're standing around the fire pit. Maybe this is a ball of wadded up paper or something that they're tossing in to the fire to keep it going or something, or maybe they're just pyros and like burning stuff. It sickens me that she comes on here and she explains this as being children thrown into the fire. That is so disrespectful to those children's memory. I'm not saying that stuff like that doesn't happen. I am very well aware that human trafficking is real, child murders are real. All of these horrible things really do exist. We live in an evil world today. But this has taken it a tad too far.
See? And nothing has changed. And they're making these little snowballs because I heard in the video, the voices talk about how much they could sell these snowballs for. Now here's the person going into the flame. This is right there. These are sacrifices that are held over the fire. You know, one day, this is what the kids are just, the children and the victims are just looking for their story to be understood and recognized on a.
So the spirit, or she says, spirit comes to me. She like always, if she has to change the time of her life, she always explains it as spirit isn't on a schedule. Spirit comes to me when they want to, and blah, 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 blah.
On a very large scale. And these videos are no longer available on their YouTube channels, but you could get it on mine. I run this whole video in one of my 600 videos.
And there's the hook. She has 600 videos up, but if you want to see this video in its entirety, you have to go look through her 600. Give her 600 views trying to find that video.
But this is a person that's wrapped in that white stuff.
A little over 2.
How ironic that a therapy ad runs on her video.
So this a major part of their sacrifice. This is a major part of the sacrifice. So if I were to keep stopping and take photos, I would get the photos of each part of them in the flames. The flames, this is part of what you see. All of it. hear Moonwell's story.
So what this is a video that Benny had recently done. He's just chilling at his house in his room. There's music equipment around and stuff like that. It's, big deal unless you're her.
You see this? This is in the bedroom in which he's standing. Anyone that has been following my channel has been looking at these elements for way too long. We know the photo to the left is basically the same photo to the right. It doesn't matter how it's presented. It tells the same story. It doesn't matter. The story stays the same. It stays consistent. The elements don't change. The way it's presented might change. But we don't get confused here, because what you're showing with your face is the same thing that's showing over here. This. Why face is being used as the deep fake to whoever is the one being victimized to the right.
So this is the same picture, but this is a victim, and this is Benny's fake face that's being used to conceal the identity of this victim.
Story going on over here is the same thing. This is exactly what Summer Moon Wells has on her eye. So I say,
Busted. I say lunatic.
I am so sick and tired of looking at his videos. I'm not going to stop, but I'm so sick and tired of noticing. You're wrapped up. You've got these deep, dark stories going on in there that I'm just shaking my head and my mouth is dropped. Like, how is it that no one is doing anything about it? Here, they match perfectly to the Idaho 4 story is there.
Okay. Now we're bringing the Idaho 4 people in. I don't know how that case ties into whatever she's trying to show here. This is like a new venture she's just been going on for the last few videos I've watched.
It's the same V, it's the same equipment, it's the same setup, identical.
Because it's the same person, you nutbag.
Hilt's videos give me the same identical information. So they give it clearly. Now, do I get it from other channels? Hell yeah. Same channels as I've always had, but these two give it like they don't give a shit. They don't care.
So here we have Andrew, and then look at these comments over here. There was one that just scrolled by and said that they needed to search his place immediately.
What's on Andrew's head is what's above the guy from Idaho 4's head. Same shit.
I don't see what she's talking about on Andrew's head that has anything to do with Brian Coburn. head.
I mean, if I were like any of these guys and I had nothing to do with it, I'd be like, wow. This again, you guys, for those who didn't see this stuff at the beginning, because it's really not available as much. This was one of the first TikToks of Summer Moon Wells. This is her swing video, and the swing video showed many, many, many different kids' faces, and it just kept showing that L. I'm like, didn't get it. The bottom today either. The bottom of the swing. Let me grab it. Wait, crap it. I'm going to have to look closer at this.
Okay, while this comment right here is up, this is the perfect opportunity. All content and opinions are alleged and are for entertainment and educational purposes only. So she's using these poor children and other victims to peddle her bullshit, basically. And I don't appreciate that. It's fine if you want to, use your psychic abilities or your ability to communicate with spirits or whatever gift you have to be a useful part when it comes to solving cases. I would think that after 2 years of sending this shit to the FBI and nothing being done about it, that's a good indicator that you've got it all wrong. And now she's going to start talking about the bottom of the swing. What she does is she takes pictures and videos and she clips them up and crops them and she does all kinds of like work to them. So it distorts everything. And then what she's left with, she just is like, oh, well, this is a head and this is a heart and this is bodily fluids. This picture right here, it does say it all. It says that there's a little girl having fun on a swing that they put up in a tree for her. I don't know what this bottom of the swing has to do with anything, but she's going to tell us.
But the bottom of that swing reminds me of this. That's always in Benny's car.
Oh,
It's a
dear
symbol.
Lord.
This here, how this all is coming.
Yes, bee's knees. I think that she is abusing a stimulant. I think that she pops one too many Adderall, maybe. There's definitely something going on in that mind of hers. Donna says she's the weekly entertainment for the FBI. I'd say they probably have fun with her calls. I imagine that when they're alerted that she's holding on line 4, that everybody scatters. They run to the bathroom, they run to get coffee, they do whatever they have to do to not be the person that picks up that phone call. Yes, she is trying to tie Benny into Summer being missing by manipulating photos. That's what she does. She manipulates the shit out of these photos and videos, and she accuses all kinds of people of being involved in all of this horrific crap that goes on with these victims.
Together. They really need to find out who posted that video. Like, who posted it?
Stereo starts working in 30 minutes.
Let's go to her current live. Let's see where she is. Here we go. She
clear boxes you could in with rain. These are clear. They're one way. You know, it shows it's up top. It's not. These are like the clear plexiglass. And this is all in the same location. Check this out. These tables, this is in Benny's car. This is Ryan Upyo of his garage. These are the same locations. So Benny Keys, sitting here, is sitting, let me crop this, sitting in a car, crop this. Come on. Is sitting in his car, and according to his photo and what's in the window, this is Benny's car. This is Ryan Church's garage. According to Benny and Ryan Upchurch's information, they're in the same place.
So it's impossible, according to this woman, that anyone would have tables or workbenches or shelving or anything like that in two different locations. Ay vey.
This shit here is what is in Ryan Upchurch's garage.
One of the things is not like the other, lady. This is a shelf or something, boxes and things like that, storage type stuff. This to me looks like bags of maybe concrete or mulch, because he just built that house. And so this is probably something like that. I don't know what this is. I don't even think it's any type of shelving. It looks like some kind of part for something. But Benny Keys and Ryan Upchurch are definitely not in the same place.
The maroon ones are in the back here. Wait. Here's the maroon ones are back here. And there's the maroon ones there. This row here is the first row that you're seeing. It's the same. It's the same thing.
Yes, these two are the same thing.
That on that you see I just blew it. These are all the same freaking tables as what Benny's showing. You guys, it's information like this that is so critical.
The height of these things are not even the same, with stuff stored on it. This is obviously not at that level, but in her mind it is.
Because they're showing, all of a sudden you think it's a deep fake, and then you see shit like this and they're using the same deep fake. How? Other than if it's the same location. This is placing, to me, obviously, allegedly, everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, entertainment, educational purposes. But if you're to look at both of these photos where here, and the one on the right is Benny's. Remember, he is supposed to be traveling under a bridge, right? Like just traveling under a bridge. Let me see. Here, remember, here he is just traveling in his car, blah, blah, blah. Here's Benny. Here's Benny. And all of a sudden, you have the exact same, I'm telling you guys, the exact same tables. Look at that. It's the same. And the machine that you see in Benny's, it's all in his warehouse. I have a whole thing. They have shit all over their faces. They don't just have, they have like all these neck braces, and here, I'll show you.
Do what? The shit they have all over their faces is called beards. And I have never seen any neck braces or tubing or contraptions coming out of their faces.
What's on his neck? Because the people uses deep fakes. So fake skin. That's what I fake skin. Just like fake skin. So when you look complete background of Ryan's warehouse, you here, right here, this is what you see, and I show you at the sacrifices, especially Kylie Rodney's during her party at the beach.
So far we've got Summer, Gabby Petito, the Idaho 4, Kylie Rodney. I think she's mentioned Monkey before. The West Boys, and I think she even mentioned Gannon at one time. I mean, she's mentioned them all, and it's sad. It's sick. It breaks my heart that she uses these poor little innocent children to peddle her bullshit. If she was coming on here and being legit about it and wasn't doing all this craziness to just like basically slander people, I don't care who it is, unless you have concrete proof that a YouTube creator or any Tom, Dick, or Harry is involved in something like this. You just don't put that kind of shit on people. That frustrates me to no end because it's just so unnecessary. If you're going to advocate for something or you're going to stand for something, you need to do that based on facts, not something that even your own subs say in your chat that it's opinion and for entertainment. There's nothing entertaining about what happened to these victims. It's not a game. 2 years is too long to know what happened to Summer. It's too long. And I just think that if she has these amazing abilities and these special gifts, like I've been told in her chat that she has gifts unlike any of us, put it to good use.
This here is also what is shown in Ryan's video. This. That's like all of the floating shit in the air, and let me circle it. Right here. Those are the faces, the green faces.
I don't see green faces. Do you guys see green faces?
All of this is part of it. And that's what floats in the dark sky. And it happens to be floating in his warehouse. Chasing justice. That's okay. Sometimes it takes time. I don't know if you're new here or not. Sometimes it takes time. And it takes time. Thank you, Muffin Top. Um, Sometimes it takes time because what you need to do, let me back up for you for a second. Is not look at the whole picture. That's why we do elements. And my elements have been the same from the beginning. They were created way in the beginning. Here, I'm going to go back for a minute. So here's just tables let me go back for you. Here are the tables that show in Benny's. So this is right here. All I did was contrast it. Okay. So this is Benny's video. You see how he has the logo. His logo's on the bottom there. This is out of his window, and his car is in this room. Now, I know that knowing that this stuff all happens in the same kind of a situation, the information doesn't shift, the elements stay the same. And knowing that I've called these elements out before, inside.
Bless her heart. I didn't know she was going to give me a tutorial.
This room with the cars that Ryan Upchurch showed, I made sure, because I called out these kind of tables, I'm like, this has to be where this is where like the fake cars are. In the back of his, and I have a whole video on it. There's a whole video that will show more information. In the back of his videos, the tables. These are all the same tables. It's the same room. This here, what you see here, same nation, and I'll make it bigger. Here, looking same table, stuff that's behind the table. It's layered the same and it looks the same. And that's what you look at, because if you start having your eye look at the whole entire photo, you're going to get lost, and I call it, you're going to get lost within the deep fake. You're going to get lost. Let's see, poser. Let me see if I could get.
Well, we wouldn't want anyone to get lost in the deep fake now, would we? I didn't know that commenting in her chat was going to cause her to give a whole educational spiel about this stuff. So yeah, I mean, and this is just a couple of her videos. We've literally looked at like two things, and she's convinced, and she's monetized, you guys. She has membership. She makes money off this stuff. Hey, we all got to make a dollar somehow, right? But I think that making up a bunch of bullshit on the backs of victims and their families who are, you know, these families have gone through unimaginable things. Um, I honestly can't say how I would react if I lost a child to a violent crime. Um, and I know that this is just lighthearted fun for us right now. We're kind of picking on this woman, and I'm just trying to lighten the mood from some other bullshit going on the back of this woman. Um, but I really think that this kind of stuff can be harmful to cases. It ties up the time of law enforcement and investigators from tracking down real leads. And by law, they have to look into every lead or tip that they get. So, say that they get a tip and they only waste 30 minutes on it. They could waste 30 minutes, they could waste 30 days chasing a tip. They still have to do it. No tip can go ignored because never know which one is going to be the one that solves the case. And when the FBI and local law enforcement is inundated with bogus shit like this, they barely have the resources necessary to do a legit job and chase down the real stuff. That's what aggravated me so much about that crazy psychic lady, Juanita. Oh, now they want to know how I found the channel. Um, Juanita was all about the money. That's all she wanted. And I think that's gross. So you take all these people like WCIA and Juanita, and they want to convince people that they're doing all this productive stuff for these cases, and they're just not. They're just not. Look at how much time she spends every day just presenting the crap that she finds. Imagine how much time she spends um like going through all these pictures and doing overlays and just adjusting lighting, and it's just nuts. It is so nuts. It makes me wonder what daily life is like with her. I want them to stop paying attention to me in the chat, so maybe they'll shush it up now so we can continue.
Of those floating things. You're going to get lost inside what they want you to get lost inside. When and it's mainly the green face that floats and all those little kind of critters that float in the sky, and they're cookie cutters. So when I see stuff like that just floating around his warehouse, I know that it's not correct. I know that it's using that information to tell a story. So that's how I use and explain what you're looking at. Let me see. This is a little better. Ryan's. I mean, I could use that. And the bottom part,
I've had about it for her. So yeah, if you weren't familiar with her, this is WCIA Network, and she is a nutcase. She's out there. I don't know. She's good for a laugh. My audio is gonna get all wonky. So, what does everyone think about her? I think that they put the link in the chat. I'm going to put her link in there again. If you guys are interested in going and checking her out, it'll entertain you for hours. Like she said, she has 600 videos that you can look through. She did do some on Kylie Rodney. Here is her link for anyone that would like to go check her out. And I don't know, I kind of had fun looking at this stuff with you guys, and we're still going to chit chat a little longer. Is there any other crazy people out there that you guys know of that maybe I haven't found yet? Because maybe we can take a day a week and don't be mean. Maybe we one day a week we can just like peruse around and look at people like her. I mean, I think that everybody has a little bit of psychic ability. Like, we all have premonitions or things that we feel in our gut it's going to happen. But seeing faces floating in the air and human heads with cones and cords coming out of them, getting tossed into a fire and snowballs. And like when you look at the people that she mentions, and you know that these people aren't just like hanging out together. Who's that behind green eyes? Is it the person that you mentioned in the chat earlier? I saw your comment. Because we'll check that one out next time. I'm down for it. But did you guys see any of the stuff in those pictures that she was talking about? Did any of it remotely look like what she was describing? I mean, I just don't think that Upchurch, Benny. Okay, I'm going to write that down behind green eyes, and we will look at that next week. Hang on one second. Ouch. Hey, Rosie. So I will check out that person and we will cover that next time. Eye of Apophis. It's like I'm all for, bringing awareness to cases and, talking about them, not letting people forget, because too often, cases go cold and names aren't mentioned anymore and people just forget. And I'm so happy that people are still recognizing Summer and stuff like that. I've been following Summer's case since the very beginning. In fact, the very first stream that I watched about Summer was with AB. And, we all know that, he and Tiffany covered her case a lot, and I was there for every live that they did. Um, and that's kind of the way it should be done. I was there when we were watching all the press conferences and going over maps and looking into extended family members. I was there for all of it. That is the way to do it if you want to cover a case on YouTube. This circus that she's putting on, I mean, obviously she has like 4,000 subs and she was able to monetize and stuff like that. But I think some of the things she says and tries to point out is taking it a tad too far, and it borders on disrespectful. I would hate to be a parent or a family member of one of these victims and stumble upon her channel and seeing the victim's name or my child's name in the title, and then turning her video on and her sitting there describing that my loved one was being tossed into a fire. Yes, those were the days. I do miss the vibe back then. It's completely different. Y'all, I've said it in several chats before, in several different situations, that YouTube today is not like what it was when I first started my channel. Everyone got along, and if you didn't get along, it was no big deal. You just exchange your little words and you moved it along. It just comes a time when beating a dead horse, it gets old. It gets really old. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to go out there, and when there's nothing going on that you want to be present at, or I know a lot of people are wanting to break away from certain things because it's getting emotionally exhausting, go out there and help me find these weirdos. Something that can make us laugh. And I probably shouldn't laugh at this woman. She could legit have some kind of mental illness, but she has enough sense to start a whole channel and log on here and talk about this crap. So she obviously can function like a regular person. She just doesn't think like a regular person. But she cracks me up sometimes. And when she gets someone in her chat that doesn't agree, she gets all in a tizzy. I remember one day she did a whole live and she was out walking through her community. She lives up north somewhere, I think, but she was walking around in her community, and the whole time she was just like bitching about people not agreeing with her. Her people in her chat get very protective of her too. You saw when I made comments, they're like, if you're serious, you can go back and watch some other videos. Oh, you sent me a link behind Green Eyes. Thank you. I will definitely check that out and get something in the works. Because I know I've been kind of quiet for the last week. 9-year-olds, her school year's over today, so there was all kinds of field day and class parties and all that stuff. And then we had graduation for my older daughter. So I've just been busy, and I'm not gonna lie, the shit that was said about me and my personal stuff that was brought out, that was uncalled for. And I had to process that and not be so reactionary. Like when I first started my channel, I was very reactionary. Um, and when I graduate, I have a career I have to think about. I can't be out there working alongside law enforcement and just be a total asshole. I have to kind of put limits on myself. So we have a chance every day to grow and be better. That's what I try to do. Okay, go get your kids from school. Be safe. I'm about to have to go in a few minutes and get ready to go to the bus stop, but we have a little more time. And if I didn't get to say hello to you earlier, then I'm saying hello to all of you who joined late. I appreciate you being here. As always, I appreciate everyone getting along in my chat. There's no reason for fighting over here. So, oh, we are still going to be talking about Not Today in the Cray Cray. I haven't forgotten about her because, I heard that she's saying that Shelby Shell is going to have a new trial in June, and that's just not happening. He took a plea bargain. There's no need for a new trial. The only way there would be any new trial related to that case is if they found evidence to charge someone else. Oh, she dresses very smart. See, I've never seen her. Like, I've never seen her face. Rosie needs to learn not to be so reactionary, too. Yeah. It's tough, though. It's tough to, you know, rein it in and not explode every time because some of this shit is intense. I know you dislike that guy. I know. And a lot of people were upset with me when he gave me a wrench on his channel. And, to me, it just wasn't that big a deal. I gave it a shot. And in the end, I got burned because I guess he got pissed off when Rap showed Jimbo's Discord. And I was sitting there talking crap about Rap. I'm not going to apologize for that. I'm not going to apologize for being in someone's Discord that you don't get along with. Because at the end of the day, who decides which creator gets to set the rules, right? Like, he associates and talks to people that I don't particularly care for or that I don't get along with. So, but I would never tell him or go tell his personal business or talk shit about him or anyone else simply because they associate with someone I don't like. That's foolish. I understand that there's a lot going on personally for him. So that's why I'm able to just let this shit go. I never even listened to everything that was said about me, but I did get a lot of messages telling me that the stuff was being said. I don't need to hear all of it. Whatever he said, I lived it. Um, So yeah, none of us have perfect lives. We all have shit going on behind the scenes in our family life, in our personal relationships. That's my business. If I wanted the world to know, I would tell the world. But I didn't do that. I told him and he took it upon himself to tell the world. When people do shit like that, it says everything about them and nothing about the person that they're talking about. I and the funny thing is about a week or so before this happened, I had literally just texted him like a scripture that helps me through tough times because I knew that he was going through stuff. I knew that he spent a couple of days in jail. I knew what he was going through. And the time before that, I texted him and said, I woke up with you on my heart today. I just felt like he needed some encouraging words. And I texted him and he told me he appreciated it. And then I sent him another positive text. And the next thing I know, I'm being talked about. And a lot of people said, oh, well, just wait. He's going to screw her over. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I took a shot. I got burned. It's no big deal. I'm moving on. Um, it is what it is. Yes, WCIA is live right now. If anyone wants to hop over there and finish listening to that when we finish up here. Oh, she used to stream from a coffee shop because her husband disliked her doing it. Yeah. Um, yeah, he needs to take her devices away, take her computer and her phone. I just imagine that it has to take hours and hours of her time to sort through all this stuff and try to see what it is she's saying is there. I don't have that kind of time in my personal life. Like, once the little one gets home from school, it's all about my kids for a while. I might have my earbuds in and listening to stuff in the background, but if anyone's ever seen me floating around chats in the evening time, it's like I might say, "Hey, I'm here listening. Hello to everyone." And then that's it. I can't even really participate in chats, let alone sit there and dissect pictures and videos for hours and hours and hours. And she's making a documentary. That in itself is time consuming. Those damn documentaries will get you every time. I mean, just look at Ernie Shell and his TV show or whatever the hell he was doing. Yeah, I wonder how many people quit their job at the coffee shop simply because she was coming in there every day. I don't think she needs coffee because obviously she's getting enough uppers in other forms. And nobody wants to go over and watch her. I'm gonna do a watch party in Discord just of her running on a loop all night long. I kind of feel bad for her. Like, what's missing in her life to make her want to do stuff like this? And it's sad. If she really believes all this stuff, it's kind of sad. She needs to get out more. And, like, does she look at her real life and her surroundings and the world around her? Like, when she goes to the grocery store, is she like seeing aliens peeking out of the stockroom? But yeah, and I could probably get the original video. I'll go through and find the original video of the bonfire that Tina did. She said it's in one of her 600 videos. I'll fall on the sword and look for it for everyone. Yeah, faces on oranges. Is the pineapple talking to her? Wow. I feel like I need to like wash my eyes now. But so it's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm gonna try to go live again tomorrow. It's gonna be a little trickier now that the little one's gonna be out of school because I do try to. Um, I'm very careful about what she might overhear. So, and man, the little one is actually going to be gone for from mid June to early August. She is going to go visit her great grandfather and her great aunt out of town. So this is her first big trip away from home all by herself. But the family is very excited to have her. They can't wait to spoil her. They've already apologized to me for all the excess stuff that's going to come home with her. So yeah, so when she's out of town, I will be able, I'll have a little more freedom of when I can go live. I don't go live at night. I'm a daytime person. I just have too much going on at night with the family. Someone has you blocked, Monmouth, too. People have me blocked, too. A lot of people have me blocked. But we'll go ahead and start wrapping it up. I do have to head to the bus stop here in a few minutes. I'm going to wrangle the dogs in before I do that. And hey, Pitbull Mama. But yeah, so that's my excitement for Thursday. Oh, Does anyone have anything else to add? Any more channels you want me to check out? If you guys have a channel, you are more than welcome to drop your link if you're a mod. Everyone's always welcome to make suggestions of exciting channels in here. Bye, Maleficent. Thanks for being here. It's good to have someone in the chat that, has seen all this stuff before. Oh, goodness. Yes, May. You are always so good about reminding us that we're all loved by someone. May is one of my favoriteest people in the whole wide world when it comes to YouTube. She makes me smile every time I see her in a chat. If you guys don't know May S, she is my favorite green, fuzzy, grinchy butt. And she tells amazing jokes. In fact, I told May a while back to keep those jokes coming because one day I was going to do a live and it's just going to be all of her jokes that I've written down that she tells in Discord and stuff because she's hilarious. But just make sure you don't have any kids around listening in because she doesn't hold back when it comes to those jokes. But they're funny. So everyone have an amazing evening. I'm sure I will see some of you out in the chats tonight. Just know that even if I'm not chatting, I'm probably there supporting. And make sure you hug your loved ones because you never know if tomorrow is going to come. Be kind. Make a stranger smile. And if anyone needs to email me, it is chasingjustice22@protonmail.com. I'm kind of slow getting back to you. Just ask KJ3, bless her heart. It took me about 2 weeks to get back to her. But I will get back to you. Oh, we'll have a good time at work. Yeah, my second job's about to start, and that is momming. All the fun stuff that comes with being a mom. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. It's last day of school, which means my daughter's going to bring home a bunch of crap from her classrooms. Oh, honey bunny, I'm sorry. We talked about WCIA Network. So, yeah, if you're not familiar with her, definitely watch the replay. And I love all of you. And thank you again. And I will see all of you next time.